Hello everyone, welcome back to Cooking with the Kid. Today we're going to make something different. I was watching a video over on Meat Church, which is a great channel for barbecue, and seen them make something called country style ribs, boneless. So even though we love the taste of ribs, we're not necessarily meat on the bone kind of people. So we're going to make, for the very first time, country ribs. I do that because it's not actually on the rib. But we're going to make country style ribs right here on Cooking with the Kid. So we're going to take a boneless Boston butt. We're going to carve out some rib pieces. We're going to put it on the smoker, and we'll show you exactly how to do that. So country style ribs right here on Cooking with the Kid. We're going to try it. Come along with us if you will. Okay, for this recipe I'm going to use a little over a 6-pound boneless Boston butt roast. I'm going to use some brown sugar, which is right here. I've got some Texas pepper jelly rib candy that we're going to use. It's apple and brown sugar habanero, some barbecue rub, and some apple juice. We're going to braise these a little bit later. So first we're going to smoke them for about 2 hours. We're going to put them in a pan with a sauce. We're going to braise them until they're tender, until they're up to temperature. Then we're going to take them back out, put them on a rack, so that they can and put some barbecue sauce on them so they can kind of dry out. So I'm going to cut this up, like I said, first time making it. Saw it over on Meat Church channel. Go over and check these guys out. They're doing a great job with barbecue, and we're going to see how it turns out. Okay, so I have this little over 6-pound pork Boston butt, and I'm going to cut it. I'm actually going to cut it. It's been deboned. So against the grain. So I'm going to cut it about like this. This is from a local butcher. So I'm going to cut them into pieces about like that. I'm going to cut it all up. They're about maybe an inch, a little less than an inch thick. I'm going to cut this whole roast like that, and then I'll show you what we're doing next. Okay, as you can see, I have portioned it out, and no, this is not all for me. We're going to put a binder on it now. Now, what's a binder? A binder is something that you use to hold the barbecue rub on there. And for this particular application, I'm going to use some yellow mustard. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the yellow mustard. You're not going to taste it. I'm going to put it all over there. I know if you're not a mustard fan, you're ruining that. But actually, you're not going to taste it. I promise. I am not a yellow mustard fan. But once it cooks, you won't taste it. So I'm going to finish doing this. I'm going to do it on both sides, and I will bring you back. Mustard all over it, and I'm going to use a local barbecue rub. I have my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and their family coming over tonight as well to help eat all of this. That's why I'm cooking so much. And so I'm going to use a gluten-free, since he has a gluten allergy. This is the same rub that I use on my ribs, and so I'm gonna, this is a thick cut of meat so it can handle the rub, so I'm gonna put a good layer of rub on it. Like I said, this is the same rub I use for my ribs. I'm gonna do both sides, and then I'm gonna take it out and put it on the smoker. Now I'm gonna smoke these on the smoker with hickory wood, and we're going to do it probably 250, 300 degrees for about 2 hours. Then we're going to pull them, we're going to put them in a pan, we're going to make a sauce to put over them. We're going to braise them in that pan. We want to smoke them until the rub actually sets, it won't come off. So we're going to do that. I'll bring you back. Okay, I've got a very decent coating of rub. So actually what you want to do is we're going to pat this rub in. You never want to rub it, you want to pat it because you'll rub the rub off. I'm going to let that just kind of pat that in a little bit. I'm going to let that sit for about 15 minutes while everything else gets ready, and then kind of sweat out the moisture, and then we're going to put it on the smoker. Okay, so I've got them out here on the smoker. I'm using hickory wood. I'm going to put them on for about 2 hours on 250, and then we're going to braise them. But I want to get a lot of that smoke flavor, and so yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, so I've taken them out of the smoker. I've put them back on into a pan. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a braising liquid out of brown sugar, barbecue sauce, and apple juice. So I'll show you that. Okay, so for the barbecue sauce, I'm going to use Sonny's sweet barbecue sauce. I'm going to add that, just kind of guesstimate a little bit in the bottom there. That's probably 1/4 to 1/2 cup. I'm going to add some Mott's apple juice. And I'm going to add some brown sugar. Got some light brown sugar here. I'm going to add some of that in there. Just guesstimate how much you want to add. And I'm going to mix that together, and I'm going to pour it into the pan. Okay, I'm going to stir that together. Make a braising liquid out of it. I may have to make up a separate batch with this big pan. I want to come up about halfway maybe on the ribs. So I'll move you over. Okay, we have our ribs. Gonna pour the braising liquid in there. That's about right. So they're gonna set in there, and I'm gonna cover it in tin foil. I'm gonna put it back on the smoker, and I'm gonna put a probe into the ribs until they reach 195. Then I'm gonna pull them. Okay, I've got the pan back out here on the smoker, and I've got the probe in one of them. It's at 120. Okay, I've got them glazed. We're going to take them back out to the smoker, tighten up the glaze, and they will be ready to go. All right, there they are. They're still cooking a little bit longer, but man, they smell good. All right, there they are, everybody. The final product, finished product. Boneless country style ribs. And man, they smell good. Once again, thank you for watching Cooking with the Kid. We appreciate it. And continue to support us. Continue to watch the videos. If you'd like to become a Patreon, there's information in the About section about doing that. Also sending a PayPal donation. Thank you, everybody. God bless you all. And until next time, we'll see you later. Goodbye.